What's up, Omies? You just heard the new single Blue by the amazing local band Erode the Dream.
Hello, hello. Hello.
Hello, hello. Hey y'all, so we are here live at the refinery with the members of Erode the Dream. In studio we have John,
Hey now.
Ryan,
What's up, homies?
and Steve.
Howdy, howdy.
Thanks for coming in, y'all. So let's talk about Blue. And you said you've been a band for about 2 years.
Yeah, roughly 2 or so.
See, I find that hard to believe. Y'all are so good and have such like good rapport with each other. Have y'all known each other for way longer than that?
Some of us have. Like, I knew Ryan back in like high schoolish time. Steve a couple of years ago before the band started. Robbie, I was the bass player I was in another band with before, so I knew him from that. Our singer, Mauricio, no one knew. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he was the right package we were looking for.
Shout out to Mauricio. Y'all listeners might know him as Masari Art for his amazing visual artwork.
Crazy artwork. You'll see a lot of that in our stuff too.
So, are y'all from Charleston?
I'm a Navy brat, so I moved around all over. But my dad retired here in Charleston, and that's where I was in middle school and high school and all that. So yeah, I guess I would claim Charleston now.
Yeah, I was born and raised here.
So cool.
Steve, he's British.
Yeah,
British.
We got English parents. So first generation over here. And no, traveled around a good bit. Did college here though. That was fun. Went out to the West Coast for a little bit after that, and then found my way back here. Been here now for about 12 years. Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay, College of Charleston?
CSC, that's right.
Let's go Cougars. Yeah, we love College of Charleston. I mean, I guess we love all colleges in South Carolina, of course, but we are biased because we are hyper local to Charleston.
True.
With them Lawrence, baby.
Homies, I wish you could see all of the Cougar symbolisms we're throwing up here. It's quite hilarious.
Yes.
Wish we had video. And actually,
We
we have video.
We'll see it maybe.
Okay, so let's talk about cameras. John, I knew you from your work behind the camera.
All right.
So let's just start at the beginning. Where did your creative journey start?
So back in high school, we used to go to shows at this little coffee shop called Old Oaks in Somerville. And just slowly, I was like, well, people need to see what we're doing here. It's all these bands that no one knew about. You'd go to every show, punk rock, hardcore bands, metal bands, indie, folk bands, all that stuff. So I started doing that, capturing that. I made a website, badjohn.com, hosted it out of my mom's house, cable modem. It was the first cable modem, I think, when they first came out. Figured out how to make a server, host videos before YouTube was even big, and just had a little forum there where guys would talk crap about each other or the bands or just make fun and stuff. But yeah, all my video and photo stuff started there, and then slowly, I mean, I still do a lot of band photography, but I love portraits, old film cameras, Polaroids.
And big shots.
Yeah, a lot of big shots, even though the film isn't made anymore. It's $1 million. So
Wow.
yeah, that's where I started.
So when did you start playing music?
I was in a band back then, and then I kind of took some time away from that. I mean, high school for sure, we had a little garage band, me and my brother. I played bass then, and then maybe 2004 or so, there was more bands, and then just kind of life happened, and you just take some time away from it. There's a funny joke. I had a Rickenbacker 650D to Dakota solid body guitar in my closet, and I pulled it out one day, and my wife's like, "You had a guitar in that closet this whole time?" I was like, "Yeah, it's my old guitar from back in the day." And so I was like, "I didn't even know you played guitar." So it's just a funny joke we have. So then I started a band in the garage at my house. Pissed off all my neighbors.
Yeah.
How about you?
With the creative, so similar. High school, I was up in Greenville, and just started putting on shows with my friends, and kind of built a rapport with the location called the Handlebar that was ran by a guy named John Jeter. And when I came down here, College of Charleston, I tried to get an internship at Gold Mountain Entertainment, and I remember I got that because he actually called John Jeter and he gave him a positive recommendation for me, and he said, I don't know who the hell you are because this guy doesn't like anybody. So started doing the management thing when I was in college. Worked closely with a band called Fireworks Show. Yeah, they're fantastic. Some of the best musicians I've ever met in my life. But I knew them from high school. And they kind of put it all away for a little bit. Started a contracting business, which is literally the same exact thing. You got a bunch of artists that you got to manage, and you got to put them on a timeline. And it's, I really enjoy doing that.
Steve's funniest thing is he didn't come from like a more heavy music background. And I was like, Steve, come play music. And then he's like, well, I don't know how to do any of this.
Well,
that might be the best part because then you can just do whatever you want.
You gave me the creative freedom, which made it more fun. It's definitely something heavier. Kind of caught me in a time in my life, though, that I was revisiting some of that music, like kind of to get back to my roots. And I actually saw John play with Serpent Church and thought what they were doing was fantastic. Helped them out. We tried to do a little music video
no one
thing.
saw that.
Yeah.
It's out there somewhere.
And I called him like the week after, and he was like, actually, unfortunately, we just disbanded. And I'm like, oh, no. You need a drummer?
Yeah, there you go.
And he said the wound was pretty fresh, and he's still pretty heartbroken from it. So it took a couple months.
Yeah.
And then one day I got, a little message with a little guitar line, and I was like, okay, let's see where this goes.
And then Ryan, he was trying to join that band too, and finally I was like, well, there's a new band, might as well do that one together. So then all three of us were jamming for a while. And then Robbie was hesitant to come back and play music. He always acts like he's like, I'm going to retire and just do cover bands after this year or whatever. He threatens that every year.
Yeah. And then we get off stage playing a good show, and he goes, hey, when are we going on tour?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, then Ryan can speak on his background and when he got up with us, if he wants.
Well, start at the beginning. Like, where did you
This
start?
is forever.
Ancient, so
He's actually a mummy, guys.
yeah.
I mean, he's got some stuff, for sure.
Just contracting them pyramids out.
He's a real artist.
Yes. So I guess I started playing guitar in high school. In and out of garage bands in my 20s, and then I don't know, probably about 10 years ago, I joined a band, Wormbelly, that was big here in the 90s, early 2000s.
Shout out Chris Patterson.
Yeah, taught a few. So they were trying to do like a revival. So they asked me to play guitar, so I joined them. Played in that for about 2 years, 2-3 years, and then didn't do anything for a few years. And then the same guys kind of started up another band called Lost Cosmonauts. They asked me to play in that, and so I played with them for a few years. And then started playing with John and Steve. And
I remember our first show, Todd was there, and he told my wife, he's like, he's going to quit our band, isn't he? He's like, this is so good. I was like, well, I mean, it's open to everything, whatever he wants to do, but I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as the schedules don't, that was my biggest rule, was like, no other bands just because of the scheduling, but.
Yeah, and I played in both bands for 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
But, here I am now.
Tough scheduling 5 guys to get together for one band.
For sure.
For a week.
I
love
only
last
imagine.
minute changes.
Yeah.
Which are great.
Keeps you on your toes, right?
I didn't know about this. I was like, oh, great.
So when you guys started the band, did you start it just because you love the music, just because you guys had such a good vibe going on? Did you start it with the intention to grow it into a business? What was your intention when y'all started? I mean, it really sounds like it was just your love of music.
Yeah, I think for me, it was just being creative, getting out of the house and doing stuff, getting out of work mode and all that other stuff. If anything, it's taken away a lot of my extra time that I was using for photography, which that's probably why I don't do as much, or I'm just more picky about what I do, just because I have so much other stuff going on. But yeah, for sure, started there, and then slowly, I mean, we're all professionals. We know what we're doing. We have really good connections in town to make things happen. I hate just sitting at home, just not making something that's other people can hear and see. So that was definitely the push. A lot of bands for 2 years, are still working on their demo tape. So we didn't want to be that.
Yeah. What was the question again? It was
Well, when you went into the band, did you go in with the intention of like, I just want to have fun with my homies?
Definitely fun. Again, kind of, I took a huge break, so getting back to it, I was just a time in my life where I was having a lot of changes, and I was just trying to like find my younger version of myself again. Ended up going to a Blue Ridge Rock Festival, which is like something I didn't think I'd be doing at 36 years old, sleeping in a tent for 5 days, but I was nervous as heck. And then as soon as I got there, I was like, no, actually, this is great. I love this lifestyle. And I came back, started playing with John again, and
Slept in a tent.
Yeah,
slept in the tent. Yeah. And
on a cot
yeah.
somewhere.
But I mean, I'd gone through a divorce during that time period, so it was a pretty easy way to kind of get to meet some ladies when you get playing on stage again.
There you
Steve
go.
from
There
Erode
you
the
go.
Dream.
You heard it here first.
All right, you want to get into his song? I think he's got a good song to kick off this
Oh
playlist.
yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of got a little background because like this song came on right after the divorce situation, and I was having a really tough time, and I was like laying on my bed just kind of meditating, and I was like, what am I here for? What am I supposed to be doing? And no joke, one of the little YouTube playlist things, this song just came on in the background right at this moment, and I was like, okay, well, I'll take this as a sign.
Okay, so what are we going to listen to?
This is, I'm actually blanking of the name of the band now. What is it? Help me out here. It's called I Am Steve.
By Hey Steve.
By
Yeah,
Hey Steve. A whole
exactly.
bunch of Steves.
Beautiful.
David or Regine.
That was I Am Steve by Hey Steve.
Hey, Steve.
It's a good one.
Yeah, and this is Steve's suggestion. Go figure. But
Yeah.
you were telling us a story. You were in your bed, kind of like figuring out what's next, and then magically this song came along. I just want to preface this with I have a belief that the universe or God or whatever you want to call it speaks to me through songs.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, like if that happened to me, I'd be like, this is absolutely a sign, and I will take it. So, what did you do after you heard this song?
I got up and I honestly just got out there. I just started making friends as best I can, and you know, this is where I found myself. So it was a little driving factor. It got me through it. But you know, I mean, even this week, a friend of mine said, like, "Hey, you literally have a soundtrack for just about anything, don't you?" Like, I like being that person. Somebody's like, this is what I'm going through in my life. And I'm like, all right, well, this is what was helped me out during that similar time period.
Playlist Save Lives. Y'all heard it here first.
sure.
Like, yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
Emo playlist. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, a lot of that.
So, speaking about playlists, y'all mentioned loving music when you were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have one specific band, not genre, like one specific band that you were like, yeah, this band really, really gets me?
It's my pick, so yeah, I do. That's
Okay.
on there. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, I'm just mad, being a mad kid growing up. Yeah,
Still mad.
always. But yeah, it's a new song by them, so that's cool.
How about you guys?
Right.
I mean,
Ryan has the weirdest taste in music.
I
You
do, but I mean, I guess Nirvana was like my biggest band as a kid and a teenager. Like, I listened to that nonstop, and I still do. I guess that's my Beatles.
Depends on what time you get Ryan to, in the middle of the night with his phone turned up full blast,
Yeah.
or YouTube videos or something.
That's usually guitar stuff, though.
There you go. Your wife hates that.
Nirvana was such a great band. I really, really loved them for a while. And I don't know if you've ever like had this thought, but I really wondered like if Kurt hadn't died, like what would have happened?
I mean, allegedly he was trying to quit.
Yeah. So you think he would stop anyway?
That
same
band.
Thing, same thing with Jimi Hendrix. I mean, I think the same thing. It's like, where would these guys be if they didn't pass away so early?
Or even Bradley Noel from Sublime.
There you
like,
go. Yeah.
I really wonder where the music would have gone because there's band like Red Hot Chili Peppers. Really, really love them. And then as I got to see them evolve and grow up, I was like, maybe I don't like you that much.
Yeah.
No hate. I do love the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, but I mean, there's an era with that
Yeah, for
band.
sure.
You're like, that's the era. That's solid.
It's kind of the problem with being an artist at the end of the day is you kind of strike gold once everybody sees it. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember Arctic Monkeys, I felt like was one of those bands. They released whatever people say about me is probably true, and that album was fantastic. It was punky, it was raw, it was aggressive in your face. And they released another one, I can't remember the name of it. It just felt like a carbon copy of it. I like threw it away. And then they had another one released like a year later, and that one had some of the hits that you hear on the radio now, but again, it went in a totally different direction. And it was like, okay, this is a band now that I can be with and evolve with.
I mean, you know how we deal with new music and writing music, and how bored we get sometimes with some of the music we write, and just have to do something completely different. So,
Oh, yeah.
I it's crazy if you did like they do like full time with tours and everything else, and have it a set. You have to write music in this 2-month period because we have to record it and then put it out for another
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure on those bands to reinvent themselves over and over again.
Yeah.
Like where we record out in Charleston, it's called Big Animal Studios. The guys from Shinedown, that's their studio. So I'm really good friends with Eric Bass, who owns it. And like just watching they put out just singles and had like 30 other songs, and they're just racking their brains to figure out which ones they needed to do or which ones were the ones. And then of course they're doing a whole little rebirth with like more softer acoustic bluegrass. They have a lot of Nashville energy in a lot of the songs now. People are like, "Oh, these guys aren't hard anymore." It's like they still have really heavy songs. You just got to listen to more than just the singles.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see like the dynamic, because I mean they've been a band for over 20 years and the #1 selling rock band in America. So it's crazy to see the pressure that's on people
Yeah.
to do something.
It's kind of like where we're at right now. There's not very much pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
Like compared to the first batch of songs that we wrote a year ago, what we're writing right now, I
Mhm.
mean, I would say it's a completely different level. We're definitely changing our sounds. We're showing that we're growing and changing as people, not
Mhm.
just as musicians.
Right. We're not just putting out something that was easy to put together. It's something difficult, working on scratch tracks and different ideas and formulating different plans.
Some of it comes easy.
Yeah.
Some.
Yeah, it's, you get that moment we all step into the practice space in the right headspace and things just roll off, and it's like, great, okay, cool, we captured that, we recorded it real fast, we'll go back and revisit it. And then we tool it and we tool it and we tool it, and you kind of got to tell yourself eventually, like, okay, we've tooled it enough. Let's just get this guy out there. Let's test it.
I think that might be the hardest part of the creative process, in my opinion, because sometimes I feel like I have something great, and then I keep going and going, and there's a point where it's like, oh, if I go at this one more time, it might just be ruined.
Yeah.
So this is something I find fascinating about musicians. I am a visual artist, and I just highly admire how musicians have such community, and how by its own nature, y'all are always collaborating. Like, it's always about collaboration. And I think it's important to point that out, because we all humans have a deep relationship with our creativity. Some of us who dare call ourselves artists or pursue that lifestyle, a little bit of deeper relationship, but everybody's making decisions and curating their life, so they are doing it. So as musicians, like, you have your own relationship to your creativity, and I mean that like in a top sense. Like, you're making decisions about what you wear, about what you eat, about, just like what you're listening to. And then you have your relationship with your creativity, with your music, with your instrument, and then you have to bring it all together and make it kind of like match. How do you guys have these conversations with each other, or is it something that just naturally happens to flow when you do find that like sweet flow space with the band members?
Brian, that's you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Ryan.
Need to answer this?
Yeah.
Brian comes in
No.
some days, we can't even pick out what's going on in his head.
Yeah, it's a mess.
No.
I mean,
I got an idea.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
It's more of like a flow. I don't know.
He posted something in the chat this morning. He's like, "Oh, I got an idea for this." I'm like, "Please just say it, because I'm going to think about it all day."
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna let you stew on it.
Yeah, which
What could
part
it
are you
be?
talking about?
Yeah, the collaboration is definitely things, but there are also times where we are so against each other just because we want to make it perfect.
Yeah, we want the best version of ourselves.
Like, we recorded a whole song and then Eric cut it up and now we hate it, so we have to revisit it and figure out how to make it our own again. So,
I mean, we don't hate it. It's just not what it was.
Yeah.
right.
And now we got to figure it out. It's a good song though.
It's me being picky.
Yeah.
It's me
It's all
being
of us
picky
being
on
picky.
that
Disco
one.
drums. Let's get some more disco drums in there.
Discoteca.
And Eric is the sound engineer?
Yeah, Eric Rickert, he works at Big Animal. He records with the Shinedown guys. He does everything. He's great. We love Eric.
Love you, Eric.
Yeah, he's got a great comic book collection, action figure collection.
drum
So
collection too.
if ever we can't use the studio, we have to record at his house, and it's just you're surrounded by like a museum, pretty much.
Yeah.
Do you find that interesting? Does it kind of distract you,
No,
or is
that's
it
fine.
inspiring?
Yeah, I think just
It's
kind
fun. It's cool.
It levels you a little bit. It's not. Yes, you can record in a fancy place, but you can also record in some guy's old house with a bunch of animation characters all around you. It's like, okay, cool.
So for people listening who are not completely aware of how music works, and I mean like music in the sense like, oh yeah, you have instruments and you have bandmates and you get together and you play the songs. How do you actually get this into a platform like Tidal or Spotify? Like, how do you get it distributed? There's a lot of, you mentioned, you need an engineer, you need a recording studio. What does that look like?
So, I mean, just to start it off, so every writing rehearsal or practice that we have, we record everything.
Whoa.
So it starts from there. So every even if we're not writing, we record it. Because there might be a riff or something that comes up in that thing. And the way we record, we can have multi-tracks, so we can pull like a guitar part out or a drum part or a vocal part and just build off of that. So it starts there. We get more ideas. We have a little whiteboard. We write, a chorus part here, verse part here, and then it kind of goes from that. And then we kind of set out, all right, so what do we want to do with this? So right now we're in a spot where we have 2 new songs that we're demoing ourselves and then recording scratch tracks and then adding stuff and changing things before you even get to a studio.
So scratch tracks are
Just-
tracks that you record like on your own?
Yeah, so it's still, all the tracks are separate, so we're not doing live now. It starts with a scratch guitar on a metronome. So I would usually come in and do the rhythm of the song, and then Steve would put drums on then separately. And then we'd add my guitar back, and then another guitar, and then Ryan will come in to do leads and bass.
It's our pre-planning phase before we actually get
Right.
into
We don't
the
want to
studio.
just show up in the studio and be like, oh, well, we don't know what we want.
Yeah, we have limited time with the studio. Those guys are in there working all the time, and anytime they got a little out period, we try to get in there and do some work. So the more that we can bounce the ideas off Eric in the beginning,
Right.
he can kind of tell us what's going to work, what's going to translate well in the studio.
Because there have been sometimes we've sent him scratch tracks without vocals on it. He's like, I don't know what this song is yet. I was like, I don't think we do either.
Yeah.
So it's just, so this time around, we're like getting everything nailed down before we even try to go out there. But yeah, once you get that, you get a couple ideas of how you want to like attack it. So say we have 2 or 3 songs, we want to go out and do all 3. Get in there, Steve, the drums start first. So he pulls up the scratch tracks, pulls the drums out, puts the click on it. Steve has to play the song just to that.
Yeah.
And he'll make little changes here and there, and like, I mean, everything's tracked out on a metronome. Has to be perfect-ish. There's some things that he adds in there that aren't perfect, but yeah, then you add the guitars, the lead guitars, bass, vocals from there. He takes time to mix it. You got to mix all that stuff. I mean, mixing is definitely the hardest part, I think. He can record it, no problem.
Yeah,
So once it's
making it
mixed,
sound good.
once it's mixed, he'll send it to us. We'll give him any critiques on what we think, because it's hard sometimes not being as vested as we are in the music. Like he's just hears sounds, and some things are more interesting than others, so he kind of puts them up in the mix or something different, and like maybe we had a different idea for it, so then he takes our notes, sends it back, and then from there you got to find someone to master it, because it can't go on Spotify or radio or anything like that without being mastered. It's going to sound terrible. So I remember back when I was younger, we didn't even do that. We just put it out how it was, and it sounded bad. So usually if the song's real quiet, it wasn't mastered, and that's what's going on there. So we actually been using this guy, Michael White, out of California. He used to do a lot of the Whitney Houston stuff, Talking Heads. He's got a huge production out there in California, and I guess he gives indie artists a deal on some of the mastering stuff. So he's been really easy to work with.
Wow, that's really
Yeah,
awesome.
so he sends us a couple different versions, make notes again, and then he sends us the full thing on it. It was very helpful when we put out our Neon Nightmares EP. He made the mastering for vinyl, which is a completely different situation than for radio. You have to have all the levels correct, everything lined up, and it has to be on a different type of grid that you send to the pressing company. So that was a pain. So yeah, putting it on Spotify is easy. Getting something physically made nowadays is is a whole nother thing.
So you don't need to have a label
Nope.
or anything to distribute your
So
own music.
what we use is DistroKid. They put everything on all the platforms. You can sign up for an artist profile through Spotify after you're on there. Apple artists as well. There's plenty of other distribution companies out there, but I mean that's the one that made sense at the time for us. So that's how you get your stuff out there. A lot of people are doing just Bandcamp, which is cool. It's just hard to like utilize Bandcamp while you're riding down in the car or working on a house somewhere.
Yeah, and most people are, using a platform like Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, something like that. So if you're really not on there, it's kind of hard to get it to in everybody's ears.
Right.
Now, once you have distributed your song or your music, then the checks just roll in. How do they know your address?
No, so you do sign up, and then you have to put credits on the music, and there's email addresses, and then it's not really. I guess the payouts are a little different because streaming pays so less. So you'll see, small things come back, but the biggest thing is to get your name out there because there's so many people doing it now. And that's the hardest part is actually promoting yourself after you've already done all the work.
Yeah.
That's why we do those stupid reels and all those email campaigns and try to get our name out there playing live. It's just, that's a whole nother business is just promoting yourself.
Spamming them.
Yeah, I hate that. I'm sorry, everybody.
Spamming and jamming. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that behind the process of creating music, because I think that's a great illustration for our listeners. How much of a labor of work and how really technical and how many resources this process really takes.
Right, so that song you heard, it literally was recorded last year, early in the year. And
About a year ago.
Yeah, we sat on that forever, and then we finally made a music video for it and put it out as a single. But yeah, my advice to any new band or new person doing music, record everything you do.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Let's take a little music break. Let's listen to Blue, y'all's new single, one more time. I feel like this time is going to hit a lot differently now that we know how much time, sweat, and I don't want to say tears because I don't want to,
Yeah, listen for the harmonica. That's
Steve definitely cried.
Our favorite part of that song is the harmonica.
Yeah, so this is Blue by y'all's favorite band, Erode the Dream. Yo, those drums are the jam.
Yeah,
you just heard Blue by Erode the Dream, and we are sitting here, 96.3 FM Ohm Radio, with John, Ryan, and Steve from Erode the Dream.
Steve's the drummer. Talk
What's
about
up?
the drums on that. The ending part.
That was just one of those real special moments in the practice space where we just kind of went on a whim and we're like, all right, let's give it this cool dynamic.
I remember the whole time recording that, Eric's like, this feels like another song. I was like, it's not. Just make it an outro.
Please don't.
I don't want to write anything else to this. But
That was
how many snare hits are at the end there?
So we did that weird. Yeah, I can't remember what we did there.
He
now.
changes it every time we play it anyway. So
Yeah, I know. I go in 4/4 most of them we play live, but on that recording I did do a weird
it was
drop
like
off.
13 or something. That's
Yeah, I
weird.
know. But Eric liked it. He was like, "No, stick with it."
Eric's a drummer, so he's definitely
He's biased.
He critiques the drums.
Oh
every
yeah, he's
time we
my
get it.
biggest critique for sure.
He's using the wrong, in the video that Steve shot for that song. There's a part where he's like, he's not playing that cymbal in this
One
part.
hit. I knew when I put that in there. I was like, he's gonna call me out. He's like,
the
you're not
first-
hitting the right on that. It's like the clip worked, man. It worked.
Yeah, so that was the whole thing. So yeah, we shoot all our own music videos, try to produce as much as we can ourselves before we get to an actual studio, and that's the biggest thing to do it.
Yeah.
Just get all the creative juices flowing.
We kind of in the beginning were trying just making them like the one where we drove around in
Ryan's
Ryan's
little
car.
car.
You know, it's just
Yeah.
kind of a simple. We got together
fun.
for a day. Yeah, we just shot it quickly, and then we went on to do Witchery, which we had a lot more production for. We had some extra hands on deck that had a lot more experience.
That one we got together in like a week though.
Yeah, you edited that, and
yeah.
John liked it. He was having a good time.
Yeah.
He was like, get this done.
Yeah.
Man, to be creative, you really gotta be creative and open to doing all the things: the business side, the music side, the video side, the photo side.
Yeah, and so it's hard to translate that to somebody else that gets your idea. So yeah, if you do it all yourself, it's just that's you.
You
So,
have to
yeah,
love
for sure.
doing what you're doing. That's the.
It's funny. Some artists come up to me at shows and like, well, how do you guys? I'm like, we just do everything ourselves. I'm not trying to tell you how to do anything, but if you don't have the juice to do it, you're not going to do it.
Yeah. And it's all about understanding your limitations. Definitely, when we went to shoot Blue, I had this whole idea of a storyline, and John's put these together before in the past, and he definitely was like, do you know what you're getting yourself into when you do this? And I was like, yeah, how hard can it be? I've put together little Instagram reels for my company, and
4 minutes and 20 seconds worth of video.
yeah, and then I dropped everything into Premiere Pro, and I looked at how much time I had, and I was like, oh my god, like this is gonna be a while.
So like when I did the Pink Rope video, I was able to we played to the song, so I can just link everything to the song, put it on the grid that way, and then just cut it how I wanted to. But yeah, adding extra stuff that isn't song stuff is just fun.
Yeah. Well, we had a great time with it. We were very fortunate to have a lot of friends in town that were down to do this, be a part of the
shout out
makeup.
anybody?
We got to give Hattie a shout out.
Autumn. Jeff Adams.
Give Autumn.
He did great video work
Jeff
for
Adams
us.
killed it. My boy Lex as well. He was out there.
Hey now.
And
brother.
who else do we have? Who else? The other two folks that
You
are friends with
got
Jeff.
Ashland, and then you got
Aaron?
Aaron.
Aaron
Iron
as
Human.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Tony Dredd.
Tony Dredd. Don't know his actual last name.
Dude,
but that's his name.
he's my boy. He's
He
one
faked
of the-
harmonica played.
This
It
dude
looks
is
great.
This dude is one of the most wild carpenters I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, he'll just take a spinning saw blade with no guard on it and just perfectly cut down these trim pieces. And I'm always like, dude, you're wild. You're wild. So when we shot that one, I was like, I need you.
Well, I sent it to the guy that actually played harmonica. He was like, he looks pretty good. Look, he knew what he was doing. I was like, just,
There you go.
just vibing on it.
Fake it till you make it, right?
He's a festival kid, man. He had a blast. He had a good time.
Just had to pay him in pizza. That was fun.
Did we pay him? Oh, yeah, pizza. I think I still owe him a shirt.
You probably you grabbed some. I don't know.
Where'd you get the pizza from?
Domino's. Unfortunately.
Oh man! All right, let's go.
It was spur of the moment. It was,
Couldn't
there's
spring
nothing
for
else.
some fans.
It wasn't. Yeah, I guess it could have. Yeah, good right there.
yeah.
Yeah. Ryan used to work at Family Lottery, so that's why.
Shout out.
Shout out. Woo woo.
Shout out to all our local pizza joints.
I know. Yeah, it was just easy. I could just do it from my phone real quick. That's the only reason I got that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Literally
Okay,
in the
y'all.
middle of recording of a music video, ordering catering.
Oh,
It's like-
but it was. We also shot it in my backyard at night with my neighbors, and we have fog machines going. We have lights going in the backyard.
All the lights synced up.
Neighbors started coming
Where do you
out.
live?
I'm on James Island.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so I had like a separate lot, so it was fenced in. You're supposed to be kind of hidden from everything, but all the neighbors ended up coming out.
And then
just
there was a
putting
chance
lawn
of
chairs
rain,
there.
so we're like watching the weather while we're doing
Shooting
the final
as fast as
scene.
we
We're like,
can.
we gotta get all these lights out of here before it starts
Yeah,
raining.
that was a turn and burn. How many hours? We were like four.
Three. It was three. I think.
3 hours.
Yeah,
3 hours.
to four.
Just go.
It was an hour waiting for the sun to go down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Music is hard work, y'all. hard work. Speaking
have
about
fun with
hard
it.
work, let's
Hard
talk
work.
about what you got coming up.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
What is it, Ryan? Go ahead. You're not talking at all.
Well, I mean, you guys are taking it, so.
Not bad. Go ahead.
It's all good. It's all good. I mean, we have a show coming up at the Music Farm on April 2nd. It's going to be Rookie of the Year, Thoroughfare, Us, Erode the Dream, and Mood Cat Daddy.
We love
Moon
Moon
Cat.
Cat. Donnie.
Shout out
Stoked
to
to see Moon Cat again, man. Yeah.
He's doing a rock set, so I'd
What?
love to see what's
I
going on.
know,
with
dude.
that.
Yeah. Well, he ended out that last one at Building 64. He had that jammer that I mean, Ryan and I were in the crowd, just looked at each other like, "Yo, I want to get in on that."
Yeah, we got to do something with this guy.
Is that not the one we're recording?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a song that we're trying to put together. Hopefully, he gets his stuff together and we can actually finish it. But,
Oh, he's good, man.
Yeah.
No, it's good. No.
yeah, I love a mixed bill, so it's not all the same. I don't want to hear blast beats the whole time. I want to hear different ideas and takes on stuff.
Yeah, multi-genre.
Quick sets. I mean, we got a 35-minute set, in and out. Listen, enjoy, go watch the other bands.
We got to give a shout out to Thoroughfare.
Yeah,
I mean, they've
Tom's
been
great.
really dialing in their sound over the last year.
Yeah.
Last time I saw them, what was it? Tin Roof. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean they started as just two, Rachel and one other.
Yeah.
And then they kind of got a full band, and now they're doing new songs
Crushing
and
it.
have a new drummer, and
Yeah.
I think they're getting out their word out there.
It's cool. They got a cool camaraderie as well. Like last time we played with them, we did one of those little fun videos.
Yeah,
where
we tried to do another one this time. It just didn't work.
The
out.
hot dog eating, I know, I know.
I wanted to eat so many hot dogs.
Maybe we'll do it right before the show.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Right in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so this show is April 2nd.
Music Farm.
Starts at 7:30. Music Farm, 32 Ann Street, Charleston, South Carolina. Big shout out to our friends and family over at the Music
Love
Farm.
Charles.
Have y'all played the Music Farm before?
Yeah, we played last year.
Last August?
Yeah, we played it. Yeah.
That was that with Ugly Poets, Thoroughfare again.
Yep. And Never in Any Ordinary.
Never Get Old.
Yeah.
Is it weird the first time you play a venue, kind of like putting on a new shoe, being like, oh, okay, I know this is my size, but you gotta find your way around it, or is it basically the same everywhere?
I think the biggest thing with playing new venues is like the weird ones that aren't venues. Like Building 64, we played at Culture Clash. Is like, what is this going to be? I don't know. There's no photos of whatever it was. It was literally just a concrete slab with speakers on it and lights. Great. It was. I had real fun with that show. It was cold as ever. The time frame, there was way too many bands booked, so it's just like everything ran over, and like I was the night. Like, yeah, why don't we just play one less song so the next band doesn't have to play at 1 a.m. or something. It's just.
But it was a good time.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah, that was fun. That was good.
But yeah,
And
it's hard. My anxiety is from the unknowns. But a venue that is very professional, it's easier to just show up. They're professional. They know what they're doing. It's not going to be an issue with the way we have like our in-ear rig and all this stuff that we have to supply to them. No worries about people freaking out about that. But yeah, stuff playing the venues that aren't venues are my biggest like new shoe situation.
We've got good people around us. Our good friend Autumn, she manages all the merchandise for us. And we set up to get to these shows. We drop it all. She sets everything up. She kind of takes those elements.
Yeah, that's another anxiety.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, it's being a band is more being a t-shirt salesman now. It seems like.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're gonna make. I mean, you'll make some money playing, but a lot of times it's like
all
the
on
merch. Yeah.
No, it's been that way for a while. Yeah.
So who designs y'all's merch?
It depends. There's different. We have our friend Troy. I can't say his handle because it's not FCC compliant. But yeah, he does a lot of the merch designs. We have a new one that's just the album or the single cover of blue, has Hattie on it with the logo, and then the back of it is a photo of us with a quote from the song. Yeah, a lot of times Troy does a lot of our designing. My son made a T-shirt, and he was selling them at the last Music Farm show.
How old is your son?
He's 11.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is so rad. How did he make it?
Me and him pulled up Photoshop, and I was like, all right, what do you want to do? He's like, let's do that font and this and that. I was like, okay, how about this? He's like, okay, we'll put red on that or purple. And then I was like, okay. And we just moved some things around. He's like, okay, that's it. And so we sent it over to get printed at Charleston Cotton Exchange. Yeah, woo woo. Local.
I bet you
screen
that
printer.
one sold out.
We have a couple left, but yeah, there's still a couple there.
Anytime I've seen children design anything or start hustling their art, it sells so quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's a hustler too.
Yeah,
He'll hustle you.
Yeah, he was trying to sell me his Halloween candy.
he did sell some of
Yeah,
that.
I mean, he had the good stuff. I don't know where you're taking him, which neighborhoods. But
Shadow Moss, I think, is over there.
full payday bars.
Yeah, but it's funny because we went to see Shinedown up in Greenville when they played up there. Used to be the Bilo Center, I forget what it's called now, Bonsa Curse or something. But Eric got us some passes to come back beforehand and all this stuff. And my son was like, "Can we give Eric a shirt?" I was like, "Yeah, that's fine, whatever." I'm not gonna. All right, so he brought him a shirt, and Eric took a photo with him. Great, cool. And then as we're watching the show, we got good seats. We're watching it halfway through. They play the Leonard Skinner Simple Man song. And you see Eric with an acoustic guitar on. He's switched shirts. He's wearing a black shirt now. And it's actually his shirt that he designed that he gave to him. He cut the sleeves off of it.
That is so sweet.
So he played half the show in our shirt that my son made. And actually he did it a couple other nights after that show too.
Proud dad moment, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was like, Ben, your shirt is on stage right now. No other kid in this whole room had that happen.
Mm-hmm.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, he's spoiled.
Okay, I gotta
He
ask you
doesn't
this
know how
question.
cool he's
No,
got
he
it. He
does
gets
not.
to show up to all these shows
Yeah.
and sit around. He's like, all right, whatever, Dad.
He gets to count.
Backstage passes.
Yeah,
He gets to be on one of our songs.
Yeah, he's on one of our.
Yeah, he's accounting, man.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Do any of y'all have kids?
No, I
Okay.
have 4 cats.
Yeah,
There you go.
That's his
That
kid.
counts,
Those are my
yeah.
kids.
The
Steve
vet
might have
bills are
some.
no
No.
joke.
No kids. No kids.
That he knows of.
No, I'm good. No kids.
Mauricio has a daughter, which she hates our music.
But
She
she's a great artist herself.
She comes to rehearsals and she's like, "Oh my god."
She sits in that chair. I'm like, how you doing? Rolls her eyes.
She's wearing headphones the whole
Yep.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Okay.
Robbie has 2 daughters, which are great.
Shout out to all the kids. I feel like anybody who is blessed to have a parent who is out there doing creative stuff is just gonna grow up to be an amazing person. And I am really biased because I really think creativity is the only force that's gonna make us create a better world. But on that note, let's not get cheesy like that. I want to talk about the green room situation.
Oh man.
So, what is the best green room situation y'all have ever encountered?
What the heck is a green room?
Oh, it's
Like I said, some of the venues we play aren't actually venues. So it's like the green room. I mean, honestly, the only green room that we actually had was at the last time we played the music farm.
No, we not Lo-Fi's.
I didn't really.
Yeah. Okay. No,
Yeah,
Lo-Fi had one.
that, they got a nice
Little
little
trailer back
trailer
there?
in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like this is cool.
I mean, I didn't really hang out in the green room. I'm too busy out there talking to people.
Yeah, I always thought it was weird when bands would just chill in the green room, not see their people. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
But
yeah.
don't you need to like get your mind right and like get prepared to perform?
We try to take a few seconds right before to like have
Steve
a
does
little-
a written speech before we play.
We do a little prayer huddle.
Yeah, talk it out.
Or Mauricio tells us that his in-ear is broken right before we're about to go on. I'm like, oh my god!
Oh, that was the worst.
I was like, here you go, put these on.
I know.
I over prepare. I have everything.
And that's
double.
not even on it, man. That's those in-ears. They got those tiny little rubber pieces that pop out so easily. And he went to shove it in his ear, and the look on his eye as soon as we're stepping on
Ooh.
stage. Oh, no.
And those are the things that singers put in their ears so they can hear themselves.
All of
sing.
us,
Sure,
yeah.
he
All
can't
of
hear-
you?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, we all wear 'em.
Everybody wears them?
Yeah, we run a full in-ear system, and like John was describing earlier, like we run everything off our iPhones so that we can have whatever mix that we want to have
Ryan
in the
can just
moment,
turn his stuff up.
which is fantastic.
Turn everybody down.
Yeah,
I sometimes look at the other guys like mix. I'm like, you have nothing on but yourself. At least turn the click up so you can hear the click.
yeah.
It really sounds like being a musician is a very technical thing.
Oh,
You
for
need
sure.
lots of technology.
Can be.
Wow. That's wild. It's not just grab the guitar and go. Although
No.
you do see some people, just making music like that.
Right. Oh.
Not
Yeah.
impossible.
Oh, no, sorry. My mom's listening right now. She
Oh.
wants to make
Hi,
a
Mom.
comment. Steve
Buggy.
might have kids.
Buggy.
Question mark, question
Shout
mark.
out to
No, but
Steve's
Steve-
mom.
Sorry, Mrs. Wilson.
Steve, I got a nephew on the way.
Yeah,
That's
Uncle
big
Steve.
news for me. I'm going to be an uncle.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
With drums,
Yeah, yeah.
drumsticks.
Cool drummer, divorced uncle. I'm going
There
to
you go.
fill all those check boxes.
Sick.
Maybe cool. Keep working on cool.
What else?
You know.
Yeah.
No, y'all are very cool, and I am very grateful that y'all took a whole hour out of your
Man.
busy day to come out here and talk to us
I only played
about.
Steve's song though for now. Man.
That was the best song. Come
You're
on,
right,
man.
I heard that.
Let's play another song, and I want to play Ryan's song just
There you
because
go.
he has been so respectful, letting us, just run our mouths here on the radio.
I just didn't want to really interrupt. Sorry.
Castle Rat.
Quiet, Ryan.
Yes. Castle
It's
Rat.
like shy rock.
Yeah, I know. Put
How
you
did you
behind the
find
fog
this
machine.
band, Castle Rat?
There's a chick singer. That's
Well, yes, and she dresses in chainmail and wields
Has
a
a
sword.
sword.
Yeah,
Oh,
and there's
Lord.
all kinds of lore to it. But
What?
yeah, they're great.
You need to get on gimmick band, Steve.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. If I was gonna be a rat, I definitely want to be a castle rat. All right, y'all. Here you go. This is going to be Dragger by Castle Rat, and you're listening to 96.3 FM, Home Radio.
Ohm Radio 96.3, Charleston's independent radio station for people by the people.
Gotta
And those
love that
peoples
voice.
is you.
What's up, Omies?
What's up, Ohmies?
Yes, that's what we call our Omies.
Oh,
Omies.
yeah. Pour one out for the
There you
homies.
go.
Yeah.
Ohmies.
They are part of our community.
There you go.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I didn't see that on there.
This is great. This is great.
Got you good.
It's cheese.
We love puns. We love puns. So if you can come up with any extra Ohm puns, we're all about it. We'll give you credit even.
Hey now.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Speaking about shout outs, let's give a shout out to your grandma.
Yeah, Mimi.
Mimi, what's up,
What
Pat?
up?
Yes.
What up, Pat Martin?
Yes.
Yeah, no, she's a big supporter of us.
I love her comments on all our posts.
Yeah, she's.
That's
very
my
su-
grandson. I'm like, oh.
We
What was
love
one of them
Steve.
once? It was like, don't forget to drink your milk or something.
Yeah, it was
Right
that
on
one.
one. We're like, all right.
She meant PBR.
Oh,
did she?
God.
All right.
You got cool.
We're straight edge.
That's an inside joke right there.
Then Mrs. Wilson, Steve's mom.
Yeah, my mom give you a shout
Mama
out. There you
Wilson.
go. My dad, Ian.
Yeah, he's probably over
And,
there doing some engineering somewhere.
We'll give a shout out to Hattie, who was in our music video. She's got a little company called Coastal Palms Massage Therapy. Give her a shout, and we'll give Autumn a shout out. She's got Divine Hustle tattoo.
If you're ever in New Orleans.
If you're ever in New Orleans, go find that shop and That lady
If
will
you're
show you a good
interested.
time. If you're interested.
You'll wake up
If
with a
you're not-
an eyebrow ring.
Yeah, you might wake up with an eyebrow ring and a back tattoo. that you
Yeah,
wanna wear
Steve
off,
did,
but,
so
you know,
that's-
it was an okay back tattoo though. It worked out at the end.
That tattoo was fine.
Yeah, eyebrow ring we weren't too sure about though.
Perfect.
Could have been the nose. It could have been worse.
It would have been fine.
Well,
Fun
once
for them.
again, thank you all so much for taking a whole hour out of your day to come down here, talk to the Omis, educate us on your creative process and, you know, really what it takes in order to create music, put it out there and get to a show.
Yeah.
And speaking about getting to a show, let's remind our Omis what you got going on
April
at the
2nd.
Music Farm.
Yeah, April 2nd, the Music Farm.
Thursday.
Next
It's a
Thursday night.
You got Rookie of the Year headlining. They're a great band.
Got
Thoroughfare, and then us, Erode the Dream, and then our buddy Mooncat Daddy's opening the show with a nice little rock and roll set.
You don't want to miss any of these
Yes.
bands.
Yeah.
Come on down. Don't come on down. Never mind. All right.
Yeah, if you would like,
If you'd like to
Like to
go,
come
down.
check it out.
tickets are available. And where can our Omis find you?
ErodeTheDream.com has everything on there. It's the easiest.
On
way.
all those streaming platforms.
Yeah,
And
All the social medias.
probably on some
YouTube
job sites
videos,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some job
The
sites, I
biggest
like
thing.
that.
Yeah. that YouTube video is going on.
Yeah,
all over the
yeah.
place.
Check out the video. That's
Multiple videos. We have
Yeah,
3
we
up
got-
there now.
Y'all got a
Yeah.
YouTube channel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Erode the Dream. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
hold that up. It comes right up.
Give it a
Okay.
goog.
Give it a
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, y'all. You listen to Veranation Radio with Erode the Dream, and I, Steph FRX, covering for Abby Duran. You're listening to Ohm Radio 96.3 FM, Charleston. Have a beautiful Friday. And we're going out with Bad Faith by
Ooh.
Converge.
Oh my God!
You're
Here we
going out
go.
hard.
Hard.
John. This is John's.
Yeah.
Great riff. Go ahead.
Later,
everyone.
Omis.
Late.